Hello, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Sherry. I am the owner of SMA Credit Excellence. And listen, we're just gonna jump right in. This is part two. This is part two of planning and preparing for the home ownership, for the home buying process. Part two. Listen, you definitely want to go back to the video and review part one. Definitely part one is already posted. You should see that video posted to where you can go. If you missed that one, you can go back and you can kind of listen to part one. This is part two. We have part two of planning and preparing for the home buying process. Listen, if your goal is to purchase your own home 2024, you want to make sure that you are locked in to the preparation steps, to the preparing steps that we are giving you to make sure that you are ready, set, go for this process. So let's not waste any more time. We're going to jump right into it. Part two. All right, I told you guys we had 9 steps. There were 9 steps to kind of help you prepare and plan for this home buying process because it is a big deal and you want to make sure that you are ready, set, go for the process. In part 1 video, we gave 2 steps. This video, you're going to get 3 steps in part 2. 3 steps. First step tonight. Get pre-approved for a mortgage. Get pre-approved for a mortgage. Listen, when you are prepping yourself for the home buying process, you want to visit multiple lenders to explore your mortgage options. You want to kind of know what different mortgage companies, what mortgage lending institutions, what they offer. You want to know what the rates are. You want to see what the products are. You want to see if you're going to need a down payment. You want to see, what those closing costs could look like. You want to kind of explore. You want to know what the products are. So visit multiple lenders. Maybe check in with your bank, see what their mortgage products are. Research, start looking at different mortgage lending and getting information, gathering the information so that you can get pre-approved for a loan. Pre-approval demonstrates to sellers that you are serious about this process, that you are a serious buyer. And it's going to also give you an idea of your budget, right? So you will be able to get a pre-approval to kind of see what that mortgage payment will look like every month, which is going to give you a better idea of how to set up your budget. Compare mortgage rates. You want to compare mortgage rates. You want to compare the terms. You want to know what the conditions are to find the best offer that suits your financial situation. Okay? Getting pre-approved for a mortgage and you want to visit different lenders so you can know what is available to you. You want to know what the rates are. You want to know what the terms are. You want to find out every detail about the product so that you can make sure that you pick the best product for your financial situation. Okay? The next step, research the housing market. Research the housing market. Research neighborhoods where you want to live. Start looking at different cities in your area, in your state. If you're looking to purchase in a different state, research the state, research the housing market in that state. Consider factors like location, school districts, property value, safety. Like, you want to take all those things into consideration. You want to know where the grocery stores are in your neighborhood. Like, you want to know, where the grocery store is. You want to be able and especially if you're a single mom like myself, I need to know where the grocery stores are. I'm a person who don't really like to get gas at night. So I want to know where the gas stations are just in case, if I do have to get gas at night, I know where it is close to me. Like, you want to just know those things. You want to know those things, especially the everyday places that you go. the everyday places that you go. You know, you kind of want to know where things are in the neighborhood. Schools is a very important thing. You want to know the schools. You want to know if there's an elementary school in the area, the closest junior high school or high school, whatever, you know, age range your child is. You want to make sure that there's, if your child is in daycare, you want to know where the daycares are in that area. So you want to start researching that. Research the housing market. Monitor housing market trends and property prices in your desired area to understand the market conditions. All right. Our next step, create a budget. This is our last step. Create a budget. Develop a budget that accounts for home ownership expenses beyond the mortgage. Remember, in part 1, we talked about saving for a down payment and saving for those closing costs. Well, in this step here, when you're creating a budget, you want to make sure that you develop that budget and make sure that it accounts for all of the home ownership expenses, not just for the mortgage. We want to think about the property taxes. You want to think about homeowners insurance. You want to think about utilities. You want to think about the maintenance. You want to think about repairs. Like, you want to create a budget and factor in all of those areas to make sure that when you do get the home, when you do get the mortgage payment, that you are ready, set, go for everything that's gonna come with it. Okay. Factor in potential changes in expenses, such as fluctuating interest rates or property tax assessment. You want to make sure that you take into consideration, factor in any potential changes, especially if you get a mortgage product to where it's a variable rate. For example, ARM loans. ARM loans, it stands for, it's ARM. They stand for adjustable rate mortgages. That pretty much means that the rate can change throughout the term. You know, I could just speak to, and not all lending companies offer those. It just depends on where you go, because remember, you're going to explore different mortgage lending options. You're going to explore those different lending options, see what products that they offer, and make sure that you pick the right mortgage product for yourself, for your situation, right? But I can just speak from my financial background and where I work currently. We have a product, it's called a ARM loan. It is one of the adjustable rate mortgages products that we offer. And let's say that your rate is set for a few years. The rate is set at that approved rate, but after a certain amount of years, the rate could adjust. It can go up or down as the market changes. So you want to kind of and if you are and let's just say, for example, if someone has that type of product, you want to consider those potential changes and expenses that will come in the next few years, or 3 years, or 5 years, whatever that rate change may be in that product. Again, I'm not saying that all mortgage products is a variable rate, but those are the questions that you want to make sure that you are asking when you are exploring different mortgage lending companies, and making sure that you, if you want a fixed rate, make sure that you get the information about the mortgage product with the fixed rates. Okay. So that's another thing. All right. I think that's all we have tonight. I went over 3 steps here. The first steps: get pre-approved for a mortgage, start visiting multiple lenders, explore mortgage options, know what's out there, know the rates, know the terms, know everything about the product before you make a final decision on which product you're going to go with. The next step for tonight was research the housing market. Research the housing market. Pretty much start looking at areas that you want to live in. Look, consider things like schools, locations. Consider things like the property values. Consider things like safety. Consider things like grocery stores. Consider things that just whatever's important to you. Consider those things. Look, search for homes in whatever different cities, different states. research and start knowing what's out there and available for you in the housing market. And the last step that we talked about on tonight was create a budget. Remember, you want to have a budget. You want to develop a budget that's beyond just the mortgage payment. You want to make sure that you factor in things like property taxes, homeowner insurance, utilities, maintenance, repairs, whatever else may come with that. You want to make sure that you factor all of those things into your budget as you are prepping, as you are planning, as you are getting yourself ready, set, go for home ownership. At the end of the day, SMA Credit Excellence, we are here to help you to recognize your credit worth. And tonight, I hope that this information helped you. Here, we gave you another 3 steps that's going to help you in prepping and preparing yourself for home ownership. Have an amazing evening, and I'll see you on the next video.